Hello and welcome. My name is Angie Holden and I'm the blogger behind the Country Chic Cottage. If you have been in love with the Stanley Tumbler trend, then this video might just be for you. So we're going to make nameplates for the top of your Stanley Tumblers with sublimation. So I'm going to make a few different types. This is the largest version and you can sublimate directly on them and it fits on the top of a Stanley Tumbler. Now there are several different sizes. I'm going to walk through how to sublimate on them, and then we'll talk about the different sizes and what that would mean for an official Stanley tumbler. Then if you have some of those other brands that look similar to this, you might try some of the other sizes that I'm going to mention as well. So first let's take a look at the supplies we're going to use. The supplies you're going to need are as follows: protective paper, heat resistant glove, heat resistant mat, lint roller, heat resistant tape, and then you'll need the nameplates themselves. I'm going to sublimate 3 different types in this video to show you some options. We'll take a closer look at these in a second. And then you'll need a sublimation print. This is sublimation ink printed on sublimation paper on a sublimation printer. And you may notice this is not mirrored. You will not mirror this because we're going to sublimate the back of these and it will show through to the front. So first let's take a look at how to design this to print, and then we'll take a closer look at these name tags. I will have a template linked in the description below this video. You can head there, sign up for my email list, and it will send you this free Canva template. I'm going to show you how to alter the template in this video. These are by size, so the largest is here, medium, smallest, so you would delete off any that you do not need. For each of these blocks, you can click them to change the colors. We'll click the color tab, and then whichever one has a box around it, we're going to go ahead and click it. And you will see I have it as a gradient. If by chance you want it as a solid color, you could click over here and click any color to make it solid. If you want it as a gradient, as I have it, you would click over here to gradient, and you could add and take away different colors. So let's say I wanted to add a new gradient color. I could click it, and let's go with something completely different than I already have. So some kind of dark blue here, and then we can just sort of go to a lighter and lighter blue. And then for any of these that I don't want, I can hover over them and click the X to remove them. I can click, hold, and drag to reorder the colors. And then at the bottom, there are also a ton of options to change the style of the gradient. So you can play with this and get the look you want for your name tags. Then for each of the names, you can click those and alter them just by typing. And if you click the name and click here, you could also change the text color. I like the text color as white, but if you wanted a different color, you could absolutely change that here. Now, you do need to leave room over here to the side for that hole that is going to be in the name tag. So if you need to resize the font for the name, you can do that here. And if you want to change any of the fonts, you can pull down this menu and change the font to whatever you would like. So I picked 6 different fonts here to give you some ideas. And any of these, like if I liked this one and I needed it on the larger name tag, I could just drag and drop it to the larger name tag. Now each of these boxes, I do have it slightly opaque. And if you'll click here on the transparency, I could make that darker. So if you think that the sublimation isn't vibrant enough, you can make it darker here. I wanted mine to be a little bit see-through once they were done, so I have it about 80%, 81% transparency. If you get this look here where it looks like the name is behind the name tag, just click the name tag itself, click position, and send it to the back. Then you can see the name on top of it. Now if I don't like this gradient or don't want a solid color, I wanted to upload some kind of image, I could do that as well. So head to uploads, click upload files, and upload the image itself. Then click the image to add it to the canvas. And then you would want to use these side pieces here. So hold and drag them to exactly the size of the tag itself. And then we can delete this tag. And we have a new tag with a floral pattern in this case. Now you might be able to tell why I did not use any patterns. I felt you really couldn't see the name very well with a busy pattern in the background. But you might have some other patterns or watercolor patterns that this might work with, and that is the way to use those and upload those. Once you have this just the way you want it, you'll click Share, Download, and you can download it as either a PNG file or even a PDF to print, and print it on your sublimation printer. Use the settings you would normally use for acrylic when you're printing on your sublimation printer. So I'm gonna call these large, medium, and small. The large ones sort of snap into place on the Stanley lids, so you don't need anything additional with those. Medium and small come with a strip of 3M adhesive. I'll show you how to use that at the end, and that way you can stick these into place if you need to. Now each of these have a protective film on the front, and the front is clear. It also has protective film on the back. We'll just remove that from both sides. And the back is white. So what we're gonna do is sublimate on this white side, and it will show through to the clear side. So here's that sublimation print I just showed you. This is large, medium, small, and it will be just like this. So large, medium, and small versions. And what we're gonna do is to clean the white side, then add it to the print. Now, these are about the same thickness. However, I'm not going to chance it. I'm going to sublimate the large, then the medium, then the small. So I'm just gonna cut off that strip with the large. And you can actually see through these. So you just wanna make sure the white side is against the sublimation print, and then you can see through in order to locate it. And so just move it around and locate it where you want it. Once you have it exactly how you want it, we're just gonna add tape several places to hold it into place while we press it. And so I'm just gonna repeat this same process for all of my name tags. Next, you'll want a heat-resistant mat, add protective paper to the mat, and then I have 2 of these all secured with heat-resistant tape. We're gonna flip those upside down, so sublimation print side up, then cover them with protective paper once again. Now we're gonna press, it's 356 degrees, 120 seconds, and about medium pressure. Once the time's up, we'll lift that up, then lift the protective paper. These will be extremely hot, so I'm gonna use heat-resistant gloves, and you can see how gorgeous they are from the front. And then you just remove them, and these are ready for the top of a Stanley tumbler. So you can see that version, and here's this version as well. And I'll go ahead and sublimate some more of these, and we'll take a look at all of the results. So here are all of my results. So the large, medium, and small. All of these sublimated beautifully. I did feel like the small ones were rather soft, so the plastic got really soft when I pulled them off. So it looks like there are basically some tape lines, especially in this one. So you might try reducing the time, especially on those, or if on the other ones you can see tape marks. Maybe I can see it if I hold it in the right light, but I feel like they do look really, really good. Like I really do like the look of these. Now you could do something like leave the protective film on the front and tape to it and just hope that the protective film doesn't melt enough to like embed in the plastic. You could try some things like that as well. Or you can use like Dye Trans Pro Spray to adhere the back of these to your sublimation print so you don't have to use tape at all. So that would be the top recommendations if you see tape marks. And like I said, the most visible ones are in these smaller ones that got very, very soft when I pulled them off the heat. First of all, the large ones, they sort of pop into place. Like they're not going anywhere, they're not gonna move, there's nothing you need to do. The medium and small ones, however, if I was to put one of those on there, you might notice some wiggle with these. So what they have is a 3M adhesive strip. Comes like this, so I have it peeled off already. This side's adhesive. And what you do is just add it to the back. So line it up, add it to the back, press it down well, then peel the liner back. And now I can put it on my tumbler, press it down, and the adhesive is intended to hold it in place on your tumbler. Now I feel like I had varying amounts of success with this, so it might work, might not. You might need to try a different adhesive or just live with the fact that they move. So these small ones especially will definitely move, the smaller version. And then also, like, this is an official Stanley tumbler, so these pop right on here. However, if you have a different brand that is similar to this, you may find that one of these other types work with like other brands. So you might try those if you have another brand. For me personally, I would get this large version for the official Stanley tumblers, and that way it locks into place and looks amazing on your tumbler. And you could put any design you wanted on these. Of course, I did the gradient with the name, but think of other seasonal designs as well that would work with these Sublimation nameplates for your tumbler. I actually made 2 versions of this. Here's the other version in place as well, and you can see they both look really great. So pick your colors, pick your font, and give this one a try. So now all that's left for you to do is to add nameplates to your Stanley tumblers for whatever season. Like I said, I used like a gradient design. I wanted these to be fairly generic. However, you could do seasonal designs as well. You could do these for gifts, like maybe 6 different ones, 6 different colors, patterns, that type of thing, 6 different seasons for someone that loves their Stanley tumbler. Stocking stuffer idea, this would be great for that. So if you've seen these nameplates everywhere and want to know how to make your own, now you can make them with Sublimation. So I am linking to all of the supplies I used in the description below this video. So head to the description below and check out where to purchase the nameplates as well as all the other supplies. Then you can pick those up and start sublimating your own. Also included in that is a link to that free Canva template so you can easily design your own with gradients as I shown in this video. So hopefully that helps you. If you have any questions, drop down in the comment section, ask away. If you liked this video, if it helped you, give us a thumbs up. If you haven't already, head on over to our YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button. We have videos just like this one every single week, and trust me, you don't want to miss any of those. So thank you all so much for joining me, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.